Cassie goes to jury duty. Cassie goes to jury duty. Cassie goes to jury duty.
Hello, everybody. Okay, so I think it was last week I said I had jury duty, or I said it the following week. I have no idea when I said it, but I had jury duty. Yes, I had jury duty on May 2nd. And for all the days up to it, I kept saying May 5th. May 5th is a Saturday, I believe. Yes, it's a Saturday. And I don't know why, but that was the first thing, like, everyone said, oh, when do you have jury duty? And I'm like, May 5th. Then I'm like, why do I keep saying May 5th? No, it's May 2nd. Okay, well, I want to tell you about my experience of my first jury duty. So, it was a pretty crappy day, and I had to drive probably about a half hour to get to the court. And I'd never been to that area before. Like, I've kind of been towards that area, but not really. And, like, on the paper that tells you, like, 5 different parking decks. So I parked in one, and I had no idea where it was. So I'm walking, and I see the main door, and then the guy tells me to go all the way around. And meanwhile, it was cold, and it was raining, and I left my umbrella at Carly's house, so I was getting wet. And then I walk in, I go to the metal detector, I get my parking validated, and then I wait. And we're supposed to get there at 8 o'clock. They show a movie that is probably a half hour long. It tells you, like, how it works and stuff for, like, people who have never been there before, like me. They didn't start the movie until 20 to 9, so that time, for everyone that was on time, we just sat there and sat there and sat there again. And then we watched the movie, and then the judge comes in, and he swears us in, which is pretty cool. And then we wait. So probably half hour later, they call the first group, and they call the numbers and the first names, right? And then they call the last name. I'm like, phew, they didn't call me. Okay, so probably another 20 minutes goes by, and they call for another trial. And they call these names, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're coming to an end. And then they call my name. I was the last one, so I'm like, oh great. So I grab all my stuff, I go in the hallway, and then we go into the courtroom. They pick the first 6 people, and they sit in the jury spot, and then the rest go sit in the gallery, and then they ask the questions, just like how they normally do it, and then, like, the lawyers decide if they want you or not, and they just, like, out of the 2 lawyers, they pick 3 people to leave, one at a time, obviously. So they brought new people up, and I wasn't one of them, so I didn't get chosen. So that was kind of good. Even if it did, he was trying to get the trial done by the end of the day, so doesn't matter. So then we all got excused. So we went back into the waiting room, and then at 12:15 we went out. We had our lunch break. I had no idea where to go, so I found a Burger King. I was just following other people, and it was really funny, but yeah, I found Burger King at 8, then I went back, and then we basically sat there again. People that were picked for the jury went back into the courtroom. Everyone else just sat there, and they said at the beginning of the day that we're expected to be there until 4:15. About 3 o'clock they came in, and they're like, everyone come into the waiting room, for the people that were, like, walking around, stretching, and they said that we can leave, and everyone was cheering. It was so funny, but, yeah, we got to leave, like, an hour and 15 minutes earlier, which was good, and it was raining and my car was far. So then when I was walking to the parking deck, I thought I went down the right road, but accidentally went past it. So I ended up going down the road, around, and into the parking deck. But, other than that, and then, this is before I went to the parking deck, obviously, but when we were waiting, there was, a lady, I think she said she was from Germany, and she kept trying to talk to me, and I felt bad because I didn't understand, and she kept telling me how she didn't speak English, and they're making her stay, and I'm like, I don't know, but, yeah, that's basically it. So, like, I had a total of, like, 5 hours waiting in there, but then we had a lunch break, and I got to sit in the courtroom, but, yeah, that's basically about it, my jury duty experiences. If you have any fun experiences about jury duty, you can leave them below. I remember when I first got it, Kylie goes, "Oh, you're so lucky." I'm like, yes, I get to take off from work, sit in the courthouse, doing nothing all day. And one of the bad things was the internet kept turning off. I don't know why, so it was on my iPad, and, like, to get onto the internet, you have to keep entering your email in, and I was like, really? So at one point, I was like, copied it, and I saved it, and then and then every time it went off, I just pasted it and pasted. We shouldn't sing.